My dear son, my dear daughter, today I come to speak to your heart because heaven has seen your tears, your doubts, and the weight you have silently carried. You have been asking why so much is changing, why the doors you once trusted seem to close, and why the path feels uncertain. Listen to me, my child. What feels like an ending is, in truth, the beginning of a divine upgrade that God Himself is orchestrating in your life. Do not be afraid of these shifts. Everything that is shaking is not meant to destroy you, but to reposition you. The hand of God is moving in places you cannot see, rearranging, removing, and redefining what you thought was permanent. My beloved one, I am telling you with all the love of a mother. Heaven has chosen this moment to lift you higher, to cleanse what has been holding you back, and to open doors that were long prepared for you. Maybe you have felt forgotten, as if your prayers echo back unanswered. But know this, every tear has been counted, every sigh has been heard. The silence you fear is not abandonment, it is preparation. The Lord is upgrading your life, renewing your mind, and preparing your soul for a level of blessing so great that you would not believe if you saw it all at once. That is why heaven moves slowly, layer by layer, transforming you inside before showing the glory outside. My child, when heaven plans an upgrade, it doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes you. That is why some friendships fade, some plans collapse, and certain dreams seem to vanish. God removes what no longer serves your destiny. You may not understand it now, but the pruning is necessary for greater fruit to come. To rise higher, you cannot carry the weight of what once was. This is why you are being called to awaken. What you see as chaos is actually divine alignment. Every frustration, every delay, every tear, all of it is part of the plan designed to position you for a greater purpose. Stop asking why it hurts and start asking what heaven is trying to birth in you through this. My beloved, when I say that God is upgrading your life, I mean that He is elevating you into His perfect will, not the easy path, but the holy one. A divine upgrade often begins with a holy shaking. The foundations that were built on fear, on self-reliance, on comfort, must come down. That's why He has allowed certain things to collapse, not to punish you, but to release you. Yes, my child, God is calling you to trust Him again. Trust when you do not understand. Trust when it hurts. Trust when all logic seems to fail. Because the divine upgrade requires faith before results, surrender before success. And it is in this trust that transformation takes root. Look around, my son, my daughter. Do you feel the tension in the air? The world seems lost, people are weary, and hearts are failing, but those who choose to trust are being lifted. You are not forgotten. You are being positioned. Even your trials are divine instruments shaping your new season. I know you wonder, but mother, how can this pain be part of God's plan? Listen carefully. Every storm serves a purpose. Rain cleanses what the dry season cannot. Thunder reminds you that heaven still speaks. When your world feels uncertain, it is because God is removing your dependence on what is temporary so that you may rest completely in what is eternal. Heaven is not delaying, it is perfecting. The longer it takes, the stronger you will be. When the upgrade is complete, you will not return to who you once were. You will walk in new strength, peace, and honor. The things that once wounded you will no longer have power over you because you will finally see them through heaven's eyes. My beloved, do you recall when I said to the servants at Cana, "Do whatever he tells you"? That same command is alive for you now. The upgrade requires obedience. Sometimes it will make no sense, like filling empty jars with water when everyone expects wine. But if you obey, if you stay faithful, you will witness the miracle of transformation. What you think is ordinary will become extraordinary by the hand of God. Let this truth enter your heart. Nothing is falling apart. It's falling into place. You are being moved from confusion to discernment, from trial to testimony, from sorrow to glory. The delay you complain about is actually mercy, because God is aligning people, timing, and circumstances so the blessing will not destroy you, but strengthen you. There are moments in your life when heaven stops whispering and begins to shake you awake. You cannot stay where you were. You cannot keep thinking in the ways that kept you small. God is calling you higher, into maturity, into holiness, into faith so pure that even pain becomes praise. Yes, my child, the upgrade also comes through purification. To refine gold, fire is required. To strengthen a vessel, the potter applies pressure. You are in the hands of the divine potter, and though the process hurts, the final creation will be radiant with glory. Do not focus on the heat. Focus on the hands that hold you. You have asked heaven for change, and heaven has answered, but not always in the way you expected. You thought the blessing would come easily, but blessings that last are built through tests of faith. God is not punishing you. He is promoting you. Every obstacle is secretly a bridge to your breakthrough. Let your heart rest in this truth. God is not ignoring you. He is upgrading you. If He allowed certain people to leave, it's because their presence would limit your growth. If He stopped certain plans, it's because He has a greater one that leads to your destiny. If He is silent now, it's because He is teaching you to depend only on His voice. Stop resisting what heaven is trying to do. Accept this moment. Accept that you are being renewed, reshaped, redefined. The future God has prepared will demand a stronger version of you, one that can carry the divine promise with grace and humility. When the storm ceases, you will look back and realize that every tear watered your next harvest. Every disappointment pushed you closer to your destiny. Every test refined your heart to hold more of heaven's light. My beloved child, never forget, before the resurrection came the cross, before glory came surrender, and before your upgrade, there must be release. Do not fear the unknown. Heaven is already there, waiting for you. What you are stepping into is far greater than what you are leaving behind. So today, lift your head, wipe your tears. Declare with me, I accept God's upgrade in my life. Let your faith rise again. Do not listen to fear, listen to heaven. Every time you feel weak, remember, transformation often feels like breaking before it looks like blessing. Write in the comments, I accept God's upgrade in my life. My dear son, my dear daughter, you have stepped into a sacred process. Many of my children cry out for miracles, yet when heaven begins to move, they do not recognize the movement. They look around and see pieces falling, relationships changing, opportunities slipping away, and they think, God has forgotten me. But listen, my beloved child, heaven never forgets. What you call a breakdown is, in truth, the beginning of your divine breakthrough. When I look upon your heart, I see how tired you are of the uncertainty, how weary you've become from carrying burdens that seem endless. You look to heaven and say, why is everything being taken from me? Yet I tell you, nothing good is lost in the hands of God. Everything that seems to crumble is a wall that the divine is tearing down to build something greater. The process of divine upgrading is not gentle, my child. It is deep, penetrating, and sometimes painful. Like a surgeon removing what is diseased, so health can return. The Lord, in His mercy, is cutting away attachments, illusions, and patterns that have held you captive for too long. You must not confuse disruption with destruction. What is breaking is not your destiny. It is your limitation. Through this shaking, heaven is untangling you from all that has chained your soul. Do you remember when I stood at the foot of the cross, watching my son suffer beyond imagination? At that moment, it looked like heaven had abandoned us. Every word spoken by the prophets seemed lost in the darkness of that day. Yet in that breaking, redemption was birthed. The same is true for you, my beloved. If your life feels shattered, it's because God is redeeming it piece by piece. The refining fire is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to reveal what can no longer remain. This, my dear one, is the hidden side of divine upgrading, collapse before reconstruction. God first allows certain things to fall apart so the foundation can be rebuilt on truth, not illusion. You prayed for a new life, but you expected only new blessings, not new battles. Yet, every blessing you receive must stand on a purified foundation. You cannot step into divine abundance while still clinging to human control. That is why heaven first takes apart what is false before it builds up what is true. You must understand, my beloved child, the divine process always begins in silence. When God upgrades your life, He first disconnects you from the noise of the world, friends, habits, comforts, everything that distracts your heart. It feels like isolation, but it is sacred separation. You are being pulled apart from the crowds so that you may hear heaven's voice clearly again. At first, you resist. You try to fix everything, to keep people from leaving, to save what no longer serves your journey. But soon you realize, the more you fight to keep control, the heavier your heart becomes. That's when the Spirit whispers, let go. For every upgrade, surrender is the first command. My child, imagine a seed buried deep in the dark soil. It looks dead, silent, hidden, forgotten. But inside, something holy is taking place. The shell must break before the sprout can grow. The darkness of the soil is not punishment, it's protection. So too, your current difficulty is the soil where your new season is germinating. Heaven is covering you, not hiding you. What you think is the end is only the sacred beginning. The moment you stop fighting the process, heaven accelerates the transformation. When you say, "I accept this season," peace returns. The pain stops being meaningless. You begin to see divine fingerprints, where before you saw only chaos. Every delay, every no, every closed door becomes a hidden message. God is upgrading you. Do not rush this process. The gestation of miracles takes time. Even the Savior waited in the Virgin's womb before revelation came to the world. Every promise from heaven goes through 3 stages: formation, transformation, and manifestation. You are between transformation and manifestation now, and this is the most fragile yet holy phase. During this time, spiritual warfare may intensify. You will feel tempted to doubt, to give up, to believe that heaven has turned its face from you. Demonic voices will whisper failure in your ear. But remember, the storm always rages hardest right before dawn. The resistance you feel is proof that heaven is near completion. My son, my daughter, in the midst of this sacred chaos, you must guard your heart from despair. Do not allow your eyes to focus only on what is leaving. Focus on what is coming. Divine upgrades cannot occur while your heart clings to expired seasons. That is why people you love may suddenly distance themselves. Doors you prayed for may slam shut, and paths you walked for years may become uncertain. It is not rejection. It is redirection. When heaven upgrades, alignment must happen first. Every relationship, every opportunity, every environment must match the new you that God is forming. You cannot fit into old places with the new anointing that is rising inside you. The world you once knew will no longer recognize you because the Spirit is transforming your entire identity. The friends who once understood you may not understand this new season, but that's because your frequency has shifted to heaven's channel. You might look around and say, "Everything's gone wrong," but I assure you, everything is going right. You are being emptied so you can be filled again with greater glory. Nothing you truly need has been lost. Only what was borrowed for a chapter now closing. Release, my beloved, and you will rise. Do not despise this pruning. Even the vine must be trimmed back before bearing new fruit. The pain you feel today will become the testimony that helps others tomorrow. You are being shaped into a vessel that can hold the fullness of God's promise. Would you have been ready without this process? No, my dear one. Sometimes heaven must first break your heart open for love, humility, and revelation to flow freely. You may ask, "Mother, how long will this process last?" Only heaven knows. But I tell you, it will not last longer than necessary. Each tear you shed waters the soil of your upgrade. The moment faith rises above fear, the season begins to change. Do not let impatience steal your miracle. Divine timing is not delay, it is precision. Remember, when I carried the promise of Jesus in my womb, I waited in silence, in faith, in surrender. Not everyone understood what God was doing through me, but the promise remained faithful. I learned that every divine promise moves slowly because it must align the visible with the invisible. You too must walk through this process with trust, even when the road feels empty. So when everything starts to fall apart, do not run away. Fall into God. Rest in His capability. Let go of the need to understand, and hold on to the certainty of His love. There is purpose in every pain, direction in every detour, and divine design in every disaster. Those who endure will see glory. Those who resist grace will extend their suffering. My child, open your hands now. Picture yourself releasing everything you've been trying to control. Whisper with faith, "I trust you, Lord, even when I do not understand." As you say this, heaven hears your surrender, and the process accelerates. Each time you declare faith, the shaking loses its power to frighten you. You begin to see it for what it truly is: holy reconstruction. This is the hidden beauty of divine upgrading. It humbles you, purifies you, and prepares you to receive what ordinary faith cannot handle. You are being equipped to carry promises that generations before you prayed for. And when your moment of revelation arrives, it will come sudden and radiant, just as dawn breaks after the longest night. So lift your gaze, my dear one. Breathe. The worst part of the breaking is behind you. The ground may still tremble, but it is the sound of heaven settling new foundations. You are being restored, redefined, reborn. Write in the comments, "I trust the process of my divine upgrade. My beloved son, my beloved daughter, I see how tightly you hold on to what once brought you comfort. Memories, people, habits, dreams that no longer breathe life into your soul. I see the fear in your heart when heaven asks you to release what you once prayed for. But I am here to tell you, every time God asks you to let go of something, it is never to leave you empty. It is to make room for what is divine, what is new, and what will bring you into fullness. Letting go is not rejection. It is preparation. You cannot move into the next chapter while your hands are still clinging to closed doors. My child, imagine standing with both hands tightly clenched. You cannot receive anything new because there is no room. That is why heaven sometimes must open your hands through circumstances that hurt. When you refuse to release, heaven allows what is temporary to crumble so that you may finally hold what is eternal. I know it is not easy. Letting go feels like death, the death of identity, the death of dreams, the death of security. But in truth, it is resurrection disguised as loss. For new life to bloom, the old must pass away. Every time you let go of something earthly, you make space for something heavenly. Every surrender becomes an invitation for grace. Many of you say to heaven, "I want change." But when the winds of transformation begin to blow, fear rises and you try to hide. You plead for divine intervention, yet resist when that intervention looks like endings. But hear my words, my precious child. What God removes, He always replaces with something greater. The difficulty is never the loss, but the lack of understanding in the in-between. Let me speak directly to your heart. The reason some blessings seem delayed is because you still carry attachments that block your upgrade. Heaven cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. Every mindset built on fear, every habit rooted in the past, must be surrendered. This is why some of you feel restless. You are trying to live in two seasons at once. You cannot walk into tomorrow holding on to yesterday. The Spirit of God is crying out to your soul. Release. Not because He wants you to suffer, but because He wants you to soar. You cannot fly if your wings are weighted down with past burdens. Whatever you leave behind for God, I promise you, you will never truly lose. The divine always multiplies what it asks you to give up. Can you remember how Abraham had to let go of his homeland to find his destiny? Or how Peter left his boat to follow the call of heaven? Each moment of surrender brought forth miracles. The same pattern is alive in your life now. Each time you obey, even through pain, heaven prepares wonders beyond your imagination. My dear one, letting go may look like losing people you love, walking away from situations that no longer align with your peace, or releasing dreams that are not divinely appointed. These are not random losses. They are divine edits. Every no from heaven is protecting you from something that would harm your soul later. Your heart may not understand today, but one day you will look back and thank heaven for not giving you everything you thought you wanted. So I ask you, my dear child, what are you still holding that heaven has already asked you to release? What fear still ties you to what was, instead of what could be? The upgrade awaiting you depends on your willingness to say, "I trust your will, Lord, more than my plan." When you speak those words, chains break. When you mean them, heaven moves. The truth is, you cannot live fully resurrected if you keep visiting the tombs of your past. Stop reopening old wounds that heaven has already healed. Stop replaying memories that no longer serve growth. The more you linger in what was, the more you delay what will be. God's promise is not found in the cemetery of yesterday. It's ahead, shining with new light. My beloved son, my beloved daughter, understand this. Release is sacred. It is not weakness. It is wisdom. It means you trust heaven more than yourself. Those who cling to control always tire quickly. Those who surrender rise effortlessly. Surrender is the mark of maturity. It means you trust that what you cannot see is still working for your good. Think of a tree in autumn. The leaves fall without struggle, not because the tree is dying, but because it is preparing for new life. It knows that holding on to what is no longer living would block its coming bloom. That is how your soul must behave in this season. Release what no longer feeds your faith, your peace, your purpose. Let it fall. Do not chase it. Heaven will grow new leaves in their time. But hear me. Letting go does not mean you stop loving. It means you love wisely, from a healed distance. It means you forgive. Forgiveness is the ultimate form of release. Unforgiveness binds you to the past and poisons the present. When you forgive, heaven cleans the channel through which new blessings will flow. Do not let resentment delay your divine upgrade. My dear child, you cannot take bitterness into your breakthrough. Every time you choose mercy over revenge, compassion over anger, You open another map of blessings over your future. Heaven fights for those who walk in peace. That is how you keep the upgrade flowing continually, by keeping your heart clean, light, and free of grudges. Everything you release becomes a seed planted in heaven's fields. The more you let go, the more plentiful your heavenly harvest becomes. It may hurt now, but later, you will see how each act of surrender birthed new miracles. The road of faith is always paved with release. Do not fear the emptiness that comes after letting go. That emptiness is sacred space, a holy silence before the new begins. You might feel lost, but heaven calls it ready. In that quiet space, God whispers. You begin to feel a peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that comes not from control, but from trust. That is when you realize you did not lose anything. You found yourself in God. This is your turning point, my dear one. Heaven cannot pour out the new until you release the old. You stand between two doors, the one closing and the one opening. Do not linger in between. Step forward. The moment you move in faith, the next season begins. Every divine upgrade arrives through obedience, not when you feel ready, but when you trust completely. So today, lay it down. The fear, the sorrow, the attachment. Whisper with me, Mother, I release what no longer belongs to me. I trust heaven's plan. When you speak these words, your spirit will feel lighter, your path clearer, and your heart open wide for all that is to come. Remember, child of mine, the same hands that took something from you are the ones preparing something much greater. What is to come will make sense of every tear, every goodbye, and every sigh you've offered in prayer. You are being upgraded into divine maturity, divine abundance, divine peace. Write in the comments, I release the old and open my life to heaven's new.